Let's give
And
it a
then
few
on the
minutes and see
YouTube,
what we get.
on the YouTube shows 3 people, but I don't know who they are. It doesn't give us that info.
So the people on YouTube won't be able to interact with us other than texting?
Nothing's changed on how we present our meetings. It's open as it is on the board meetings for this meeting as well. So if there's comments, then we'll read them out if it's needed.
There's no way that they could, or can we give them instructions on how to get onto this page so that we're all together? Because it's a dialogue. It's not even a workshop for us.
Unless you, Mr. Guadiana, I don't have anyone's contact information. You know, the meeting information was posted in the agenda. It's posted on Facebook and in the newspaper. So it's the same meeting identification as yesterday. The only link that's different is the YouTube link, but the meeting information is the same. That's public. That's been publicly posted everywhere.
So the information that's posted would put them on the screen that we have now with Google Meet?
If they join it, yeah. I obviously have to admit him, but no one's popped in. So this is who's present currently.
Wow, this is going to be problematic because I was hoping
we've been conducting this the same way for the last. We're going on a year already. If you want a crash course, I could definitely show you. But this is exactly how we conduct our meetings every single time we have a board meeting or any other business affairs.
And I've seen it that sometimes people do show up on this part. I guess they use the other link, but
they usually dial in. For the most part, it's always a called in people or anyone that was supposed to speak. Then we get notified ahead of time and we send them the invite. But I don't have a public's email addresses to invite anyone. But the links are put out there, so it's been the same. The meeting link is the same as yesterday's board meeting as well.
Yeah, it's just that this meeting is very.
One of the things that we can do here, Victor, is one of the things that we can do here, Victor, is we can go through the pamphlet, and then as people have questions, you can read the questions, and we'll try to answer them as at the end of the presentation that Joyce is going to give.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, yes, Joyce, sir. Are you ready? Okay. Please proceed. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being in attendance this evening. The purpose of today's meeting is to provide information and an opportunity to ask questions in reference to the 2-mill levy election being conducted by the Cobre Consolidated School District. The question for the 2-mill levy capital improvement is, shall the Board of Education of the Cobre Consolidated School District Number 2, County of Grant, State of New Mexico, be authorized to impose a property tax of $2 on each $1,000 of net taxable value of the property allocated to the district under the property tax code for the property tax years 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026 for capital improvements in the district, including payments made with respect to lease purchase agreements as defined in the Educational Technology Equipment Act. What is a 2-mill levy? The 2-mill levy provides schools with funds to maintain and improve buildings and purchase equipment. It is $2 per every $1,000 of assessed valuation and requires voter approval. The district has approved the 2-mill levy elections in the past for needed school improvements. Passage of the 2-mill levy election will provide approximately $400,000 annually to make improvements and be matched by the state of New Mexico with approximately $32,000 annually. The cost. The 2-mill levy has been in place for many years. Approval of the 2-mill tax levy will not increase property taxes. Where do I vote? The general obligation election will be a mail-in ballot only. Ballots must be mailed and or received by the county clerk no later than February 16th, 2021. The Grant County Clerk will send registered voters a ballot, and voting will occur by mail. Ballots must be returned to the county clerk by mail or in person to the county clerk's office. Who may vote? All registered voters residing within the boundaries of the Cobre Consolidated School District are allowed to vote. Grant County Clerk will mail the ballot to all registered voters. You need not be a property owner or have students attending Cobre Consolidated School District. At this time, I will turn the meeting over to Mr. Toy Sepulveda, Cobre Schools Board President.
You're muted, Toy.
You're muted, Mr. Sepulveda.
Okay, there we go. Yes, I just wanted to remind people what Joey just said, that this money is used for maintenance and purchase of equipment and emergencies that come up. It is a mill levy that is already in place. This will not increase the taxes on anybody that lives in the district at this time. So with that, we'll go in and answer any questions that somebody out there might have. Do we have any questions, Victor?
I have nothing, sir. The only thing I had was where was the link, and we provided the link in the YouTube stream. No other comments.
Do
Okay.
we have the link for the Google Meet on our website?
The information's on the agenda if that was
The
posted.
one for Google Meet.
Rena, can you help me there? Did you put an agenda for that?
You're muted, Irene, you're muted.
No,
Yes,
no, there was no agenda for this meeting.
you did post you posted as we go in where you normally post. You post the meeting for this one.
We
Okay.
post-
Yeah, and
We
then
posted it in the
Miss
legal-
Peru posted it on
the-
Facebook.
Victor, is there a possibility that you could do like a presentation with just the link on it?
To show you the link?
Yeah, so that people could enter that so they can have more interaction than they would from YouTube. So they can be on
Yeah.
Google Meet.
1 second, I have to swap onto another computer.
Thank you. That's a good idea.
Yeah, we can post it there. The only thing that we ever post on the Facebook page is the YouTube stream, as that's what's been requested. The agenda gets put for the thing. This one was a special different meeting, but like I said, it is on Facebook. It is the YouTube link is on the
Yeah, but it's the YouTube link is
Just shot, 'cause no one's-
a barrier for this type of
yeah,
meeting.
1 second.
So right now is Victor and Daniel, you guys go ahead and just read them out so that we can have an answer for them right now.
I would think that would be the best
I'm
thing to
gonna
do.
present
You
it
would
on
have
my screen
actual
right
personal
now.
interaction with them.
If you can send me the YouTube link, I can get that put on Facebook. I didn't get a YouTube link, I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
I'll
it
post it
wasn't.
on Facebook.
It's
So
just Mr.
for-
Guadiana wants the Google Meet info is what he wants.
Oh, okay.
I just presented it. Can you see it now?
Yep.
Can you
Yes.
see it, Mr. Guadiana?
Yeah, put the pointer on it.
It's the little window that's right there. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, yep.
So that's
Put the pointer
right
on
there.
it. Well, you're on the phone one. That one. There you go. Yep. Thank you, Victor.
Not a problem. It's just whoever, if you do get someone that calls in, they'll have to present them, identify themselves when they're speaking to you guys, so you know who it is. Because that I can monitor.
Okay.
Okay.
And we still currently have no comments on the YouTube, or nothing's come up on my end on this meeting.
Hi. Huh? Making tortillas.
Irene, mute yourself.
There?
I muted her. You gained 2 more viewers, but no one's commented anything on the YouTube.
What was that, Victor?
I said you guys have gained 2 more viewers on the YouTube channel, so there's a total of 5 people present on there, but like I said, it doesn't show who it is. And no one's answered this one. And no one's requested to enter this one.
Toy, if you might mention to them that it's time for comment if anybody has any questions or comments.
I did that a while ago, and I guess I'll do it again. And if there's anybody out there that has any questions on the mill levy, please call in or chime in on the Google, and we'll try to answer your questions.
I did post the YouTube link and the Google Meet information on Facebook as well.
Thank you, Maureen.
Thank you, Maureen.
And for those that are on YouTube, the presentation that's there has the blue box with the Google Meet, and underneath that is the URL that you could log into your browser and click that, and that'll get you to this meeting on the screen where we can actually interact with anybody that signs on through that way.
I also just posted a direct link to the Google meeting on our district website as well, right underneath the YouTube link.
Thank you, Victor. Maybe we should have included dinner.
Who's buying?
Depends on whether it passes.
Victor, how many people are on YouTube? Should we start again and reread what we read at the beginning since we have more people on now?
Yeah, there's 6 confirmed viewers, like Daniel said. I would recommend that you go ahead and start over, give everyone the benefit of catching it fresh. Let's see what.
Yeah, go ahead, Joyce.
Okay. Mr. Sepulveda, you want me to start again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being in attendance this evening. The purpose of today's meeting is to provide information and an opportunity to ask questions in reference to the 2-mill levy election being conducted by the Cobre Consolidated School District. The question on the ballot is as follows. Shall the Board of Education of the Cobre Consolidated School District Number 2, County of Grant, State of New Mexico, be authorized to impose a property tax of $2 on each $1,000 of net taxable value of the property allocated to the district under the property tax code for the property tax years 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and 2026 for capital improvements in the district, including payments made with respect to lease purchase arrangements as defined in the Education Technology Equipment Act. What is the 2 mil levy? The 2 mil levy provides schools with funds to maintain and improve buildings and purchase equipment. It is $2 per every 1,000 assessed valuation and requires voter approval. The district voters have approved the 2 mil levy elections in the past for needed school improvements. Passage of the 2 mil levy election will provide approximately $400,000 annually to make improvements and be matched by the state of New Mexico with approximately $32,000 annually. What is the cost? The 2 mil levy has been in place for many years. Approval of the 2 mil tax levy will not increase property tax rates. Where do I vote? The general obligation election will be a mail-in ballot only. Ballots must be mailed and/or received by the Grant County Clerk no later than February 16th, 2021. The Grant County Clerk will send registered voters a ballot, and voting will occur by mail. Ballots must be returned to the county clerk by person or in mail. I'm sorry, let me read that again. Ballots must be returned to the county clerk by mail or in person to the county clerk's office. Who may vote? All registered voters residing within the boundaries of the Cobre Consolidated School Districts are allowed to vote. Grant County Clerk will mail the ballot to all registered voters. You need not be a property owner or have students attending Cobre Consolidated School District. At this time, I will turn the meeting over to Mr. Toy Sepulveda, Cobre Schools Board President.
Thank you, Joyce. And just to reiterate a little bit of what Joyce said, this mill levy money is used for maintenance, purchase of equipment, and any emergencies that may arise. It is not a tax increase. We are already paying this tax and have been for several years. But we need to renew it every 5 years. And that's what this is. It'll be a continuation of what we have now. So at this time, thing that they have any questions from anybody? Anybody out there, Victor or Daniel?
I was just waiting for Mr. Guadiana to pop back on, but yes, there's currently no responses. Did you get that, Mr. Guadiana?
Any comments, Mr. Mendoza?
No, not at this time, just the questions, the several questions that I got during this period was if this money could be used for salaries. And the question is no. The answer is no. We cannot use this money to hire or purchase, to pay salaries of employees. Okay, we can contract out to hire contractors to come and do repair work, but not for salaries. Those were the main questions that I had that was asked. George, do you get any questions from the community?
I haven't had any in the last couple of weeks, but before that, when we first put it out, they were asking the same questions, and then they were asking, what type of vehicles we could get. So I was explaining to them that, we use it to get like a lot of our machinery and, backhoes and things of that nature, and then also for vehicles like we need for to transport students. I was explaining to them about transporting students and also, transporting staff, and then our buses also. I explained that to the people that asked me. I think one of the biggest concerns when it first came out, and it's the biggest concern that everybody always has every time we've done this, I've been here quite a while, and we've done it like 4 times in the time I've been here, and everything, it's always that they think that it's going to raise their taxes. So I think we just need to educate the public that it is not raising their taxes, that it's going to continue to be the same thing, and at $2 per thousand. And that's what we just need to educate the public and the voters on that.
Okay.
Anybody else have any comments?
Hey, Victor.
On another subject, go ahead, Gilbert.
I was going to ask Victor, on the screen that he has up, it says on the third line from the bottom, 26 guests, 4 yes, and 22 awaiting. So the 4 and the 22
That is
must.
currently who was invited, Mr. Guadiana.
Okay. So the awaiting ones aren't, they're waiting for permission
No,
to
that
get
was waiting for a response, and I didn't get a response if they're gonna join for whoever was invited. But yeah, no one's popped in. We currently still have 11 people on here. Well, it's actually 10 people. It shows me twice because I'm presenting. And there's nothing new on the YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just going to say that on another note, does anybody know what the weather's supposed to do? Boy, all of a sudden out here it got cold and real cloudy.
I know that cold front's moving in, Senor, from it's that Arctic blast that's moving down. It's moving south. But I mean, looking out the window here, I mean, out there towards the Mimulus, it looks pretty black, and the clouds are moving in pretty heavy. But I know that cold front is coming in. But they said the moisture was supposed to be warm coming from the west, and they're supposed to meet somewhere like on I-25. So it is I know that it's supposed to drop. It's supposed to be the coldest it's been this winter, this weekend, is what they were saying yesterday.
Okay, thank you.
You got it, sir. No problem. I know I haven't had to go out on transportation in the mornings, but I keep track of it just in case I do happen to have to go out. It was kind of funny telling Mr. Mendoza a few weeks ago, what do we do? 2-hour delay, senor? What do you think? And he was laughing. He goes, I guess we should go 2-hour delay, George. You know, but we didn't have nothing moving, so.
Yeah.
I wish we did have something moving, and I'm really hoping for some more moisture. We definitely need it.
Yep. Yep.
We currently still have no comments or no new participants. I also just give you an update. I posted the Bayard Elementary COVID-19 safe practices onto the district website, just FYI for you.
Thank you.
You know, I was just going to ask something, senor. Now that they opened up a little bit where some of the people can go in and eat at the restaurants, you know, maybe we should post some of these pamphlets there at the restaurants, and then maybe like a little post-it, you know, just stating what it is and we plan on using it, you know, like how we've used it in the past and things like that. That might help, because I know there's not a lot of people going to eat at the restaurants, but there's a few, you know. And then I know that when we did it a few years back too, Dr. Holder and I went to a couple of post offices and sat there and talked to some of the people as they came out. I know that right now we have to keep the social distancing, but I mean, just some way so we can get some of the information to these people as they're picking up the ballots, you know.
Alma's staff have been including the brochure in the lunches.
Yes, they have. Yes, sir.
When they delivered them.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it in the lunches the other day.
We currently, an update, we currently still have 7 viewers, and no one's popped into this one. No comments as well.
Mr. Sepulveda, if you're not going to need me anymore, I'm going to go ahead and get off if that's okay. I don't know if you want me to do it one more time for anybody who came late or just wait for questions.
I don't think so, Joyce. I think we're doing it right, and I know Mr. Mendoza has another pamphlet and stuff, and if we have to, he can go ahead and read it, and we'll go from there.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. Don't have too much fun in the snow behind you.
Watch out for avalanches.
We had a call today from Las Cruces Sun News wanting to interview me and Joyce because Joyce was presenting last night at the board meeting. It was a very, it should be a good article because they wanted to know the results of the board last night. And then they're seeing that more and more districts are opting to come in. So they just wanted to know how it went. Then, well, because they said we were rather lengthy in our meeting, and I guess Victor was telling me this is the longest we had last night. Victor, is that correct? I don't know, is Victor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is correct.
What did you record on that first one?
Yeah, yesterday, last night's meeting is, I don't know if you guys noticed, there was quite a few individuals that got kicked off because of the length of it. We exceeded the length of the meeting allowance. So there was a brief interruption on my end where I had to get myself back in and start the meeting right over. Thank goodness I was working off of the support account, so it kept it active. But I myself, if I would have been hosting it off my profile, I would have able to shut the meeting down.
How long do we have the time allowed?
$3 hours.
And we exceeded the 3 hours last night, Victor?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the view count is good, but this is our second one over 3 hours, isn't it? The one before that.
No, sir. This one was about 25 minutes longer than last week's.
I think Albuquerque went 6 hours the other night. They went all the way to 12 o'clock midnight, and then they didn't make a decision. I just felt,
unfortunately, both Albuquerque and Las Cruces Public Schools, they have their own television channel or whatnot, so it makes it easier for them. We'll see where we get with this one.
Mr. Peru,
Yes, sir.
just for my information, I'm sure the board wants to know. By any chance, did you turn on one of those air purifiers today? Did you test
We
any one of them?
we tested 14 of them in this wing.
In where, at the
And
high s-
I was very surprised. Jaime called me when he had running. He had been running for about an hour, and he called me over, and we were surprised. He and I were both surprised how quiet they were. Couldn't really hear it. So we were, because I was expecting it to be a lot louder. So it was actually really quiet. So we ran them. I think he ran them about 4 hours today, and we're shutting them down. We're running them to make sure that they work, and he's setting them up. All the other maintenance are the ones as they get free, they go and picks them up and take them to the schools, and they're leaving at the schools, and then Jaime is setting them up in the classrooms as the principals, where the principals want them.
Now, do these come already put together? Or do we have to put the filters?
Yes. The filters are in them right now. All the filters are. These like I said yesterday, they take 4 filters. So I had talked to Jaime about getting the custodians trained in case we need it. But he prefers to be able to do them himself, just because they have some brackets that are on the very bottom, and he was showing them to me. He doesn't want them to go get broken by accident. So he said, I'll be careful when I pull them out. I'd rather just do them myself. So he's going to keep up with them. He's going to mark them when he changes the filters, when he cleans the parts, and then do them in, because they have 2 ultraviolet light bulbs on there also that is in the system.
You see that, Mr. Sepulveda? You mentioned the ultraviolet lights. I'm surprised because it said there in the manual as I was reading it. It did
Well,
have that.
but we didn't find a red light like Mr. Sepulveda was asking me. We didn't see any of the red light. They just have the 2 ultraviolet lights. They're light bulbs.
Yeah, because
Does the
what I
color,
read on them, it said that it would work better with a ultraviolet light, and I'm glad it came with them.
Yes, it came with 2 of them, so that they're pretty nice units. They're not. I thought they were, like I said, I thought they were going to be really noisy, but they're actually pretty quiet. Maybe if you all have some time, you can maybe like when we get the ones in San Lorenzo set up, you can go by and look at them, and then Mr. Guayana and then Mr. Cordova can look at the ones here in Bayard and Mr. Gomez, and also Mr. Holguin, just so you see the ones that we're putting in and how they are.
The heater work in Hurley?
Yes, it's up and going. It should take. We're hoping that by tomorrow it'll reach at least 70 degrees. I had to talk to Ms. Martinez because some of the rooms were not coming up in heat, and we couldn't figure out why. But then it was the teachers that were there, and they had their space heaters plugged in, so it wasn't letting the system circulate through there. It was skipping it kind of somehow. And so once they turned them off, it started circulating, and the temperature's coming up. It's going to take a little bit to get it to where it needs to be. The average temperature there should be 74 degrees once we get it up and it's going. But the water flow is good. We don't have any leaks. And so once the water flows he said that hopefully by tomorrow, by 11 or 12, that it should be where it needs to be. And he got him started this morning at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Cool.
Yeah, so that should be. I was happy that we didn't have any leaks. That's what I was worried about. I'm hoping that we have all of the air purifying. He's like I said, all the maintenance will be dropping them off and putting them by the rooms, and then Mr. Treviso will be pulling them out and putting them in every room, making sure they run. And he's going to monitor all of them and make sure that they work, and we'll have them running. And because they don't have a really long warranty, you know how it is with those type of things.
They're kind of like a new car. The warranty lasts until you take them out of the carton, huh?
Yes, that's for sure. As soon as you drive it out, it's done, sir.
Oh, we had one comment. That was from Ana Treviso.
Oh, good.
That's all we have.
What's the comment?
Good job, George. That's what it was. I read exactly what it said.
All right, well, thank you. Hopefully we get some more people.
No, Mr. Sepulveda, can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me,
sir.
Mr.
Go ahead.
Sepulveda? On next Tuesday,
Yes.
all mail ballots have to be in by 7 o'clock. What has been your experience in years past with the mail-in, if you've had one? When do they have the official count? It's not that evening, is it?
No,
Or
sir.
is it a couple of days? Does anybody know, George? Mr.
Last, I know
Guadiana?
when we did them in the mail count, I know they waited till the following day before they had them all counted.
Most of the time it should be that evening.
Mr. Cordova, what is your
Especially since
I
They've been
know
experience?
mailing
that
them, right, sir?
when we have the poll, most of the time the count is that evening, but now with the mail in, I don't know how long it'll be. I can call and find out.
Okay.
What time is it? 5:44.
Mr. Mendoza, to my knowledge, this is Frank Cordova, to my knowledge, we haven't had a mail-in in a long time. If we have, I can't remember when. The other thing that I was going to say is if people voted by mail before and there was a box right outside the door to drop the ballots in, I took mine there and there was no box to drop them in. We had to call in and they had to meet us at the door to pick them up. There is a box there, but it says it's for taxes, taxes and checks only, but that's what the box is. So I don't know if people like experiencing that or they're just dropping them in that box.
Okay. I'm a little worried about the mail-in Mimbres because I guess it's the same in Bayard because it goes to El Paso first, and then I can be sending one from the office to Mr. Guadiana, but it's got to go to El Paso and come back. It's got that routing thing.
I think I'm gonna go to dinner.
Irene will give you tortillas.
Yes, they should be done by now. I kind of see her with one hand up and the other one rolling. It's like,
They are. I was rolling with one hand and cooking with the other one. Boise said he wasn't going to share, guys. Sorry.
okay, I'm gonna check out.
All right, take care. I just called the clerk's office to see if by chance I would catch somebody there, but nobody answered. Just to see if we could get that question answered. But you know, you'll call tomorrow, Mr. Sepulveda? That looks pretty good, miss.
Yes.
It's not round completely.
Ya tengo un grano.
Come
Good
over.
night.
I make chili with cheese, potatoes, and beans. Come over.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, is that
Have a good
cold
night.
frijoles?
Mande?
Dile a Boise que si if they're cold, the frijoles.
No, the beans are not cold this time. No bean and
Fill
bologna.
one, fill one with rice and I'll be over.
Look what
All
he showed.
right. Mira. No oíste, Irene, que son tal arroz.
Oh, ya mero está. I make salty rice and sweet rice. Frank, are you eating pizza today?
Rice with shrimp.
Frank, are you eating pizza today?
I don't know. I haven't seen the menu. I don't know what I'm eating.
I'm gonna hang up.
I'll end it as soon as everyone gets off, because if I end it, you guys will get kicked out.
All right. Mr. Sepulveda, did you hear, or will you be able to call him tomorrow? I called, but nobody answered. I was just going to see if we caught somebody there so we could get that question answered. But will you call tomorrow, or would you like for me to call tomorrow?
I just called Joe Ponzio,
Oh, okay.
and he said ballots have to be in by, ballots have to be in by 7 o'clock on the 16th. And they have a machine that he says will count them super fast. He's pretty sure that we can get the results that same night. But he was going to check with Marisa and call me right back. So I'm waiting for his call to come back.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Sorry, I had to restart the recording. I thought we were getting off.
Victor, it'd be best if you and I, if the other ones want to go off, that's fine, but we got to stay till 6:30, okay?
Not a problem, sir.
Okay.
You all have a good evening.
Wait a
Yes,
minute,
well-
Maureen. Maureen?
I'm not allowed to leave, sir.
No, I just want to know if you've got something for the tortillas.
Well, I certainly don't make round tortillas like that. That's for sure. Mine do not look like that.
Okay,
So,
no problem.
No, I don't.
Well, thank you for being on. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Have a good evening.
You too.
All right, Cordova, I'm going to log off. I got to go feed.
Okay, Mr. Cordova.
Have a good night, Mr. Cordova.
You all too. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Se ha
All
servido.
right. Sounds
Yes.
good. Mister's on the phone, so he'll have an answer here pretty soon. But I'm pretty sure they do, senor, because I remember we used to go in there and we'd wait till sometimes they finished at about 9:30 or 10, but they'd get them done.
But see, this is
Trying to remember.
different.
I'm trying to remember because and the reason I said, because I remember they said one time that they hadn't finished the mail-in ballots, but I thought they had said, but there wasn't going to make a difference because there was only like 30 of them and we had already won, or the election had already, had enough votes.
It just
That's
caught
Rini
my,
calling me. She probably wants that arroz, right, for me to go take it.
take it to her. But by any chance, did you see the news this morning too about, what do you call those snakes that they're finding in Florida, the big ones?
Oh,
What are they
pythons.
called? Yes,
The pythons.
this one lady had one inside the dashboard a huge one.
Gosh. Just make sure now they get in there, you know?
And they said the hole to enter was very small.
Yeah. Victor, do we still have people on YouTube?
Yes, George. It shows that we have 6 people viewing.
6 people? Okay. All right.
And we still have no comments other than Ana Treviso.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
Hey, I just got off the phone with Joe, and he was right. We'll get the results that same night, but he said that we'd have to call in, and about only one of us can probably go in to get the results, or we can just call in about 45 minutes after the results for us then.
Wow, that's so. I guess you could call Mr. Sepulveda and then let us know as soon as you. Or are you going to go in?
Yes, I can call him.
Okay.
No, I don't think so, Mr. Mendoza. Because we'd have to set up an appointment. They have to unlock the door for us and all of that stuff. So I guess it's just best that we just call. So I'll
Okay.
call shortly after Sarah.
Okay. So, Mr. Sepulveda, have I shared with you the amount of money the district is to be awarded on this new CARES Act? It's called, it's got a funny name. Did I share that with you? How much money we're getting for the next 2 years?
Yeah, a little bit, Mr. Mendoza. You told me that it would be for a 2-year period, but that was about it. I don't remember the amount or anything like that.
Okay, it's a little over $1.5 million from that CARES Act too. the second part. 1.5 million, so that's $750,000 a year for the next 2 years. It's public record. It's out there. But we can't spend any of that money until we finish. George, you know about this. We gotta expand all our first draw. It's gotta be spent down to zero. And then you can't spend any of this money until July 1 of this summer.
Okay.
Well, that'll be a good draw.
Well, it's gonna help us catch up with everything we need for all this pandemic stuff that we've had to buy. And we'll be able to hire custodians, counselors, at-risk counselors, and also nurses, if we want to get a couple of more nurses. So, but the bad thing about it, it's only for 2 years, and it's got to be these people got to be on the term contract, because it's soft money. It's not going to be continuous, so that's what's hard.
Yeah. Yep. Do we still have people on, George or Daniel? I mean, I'm sorry, George, Victor. Okay.
And there's only us four, right? I'm online right now.
Hey, George, I just have a question on another thing here.
Yes, sir.
You were telling us the other night that Weissong was saying that, you were saying that Weissong, had recommended putting glass instead of plastic glass?
Yes, he said glass because it was about the same cost as what he said. He said that for some reason his plexiglass and I think it's that Lex
some kind of
yeah, it's like a safety glass. That way, because he was talking that if you use that safety glass,
I was hoping that it would be
easier. It's easier to clean because like how the plexiglass gets, sometimes they get scratches and they get all. So that's what he was saying, that there was that safety glass that they could put on there, and then that way it would be easier to clean. But we went with something different, didn't we, Mr.
Okay.
Mendoza?
As long as it be some kind of safety, because to keep it from breaking.
Yeah, because especially if you have a kid throw something at it or a staff member, and they'll crack. We just had 2 more windows that we have to replace at Snell. We got 2 more broken windows, so we went and took care of that this week also. That's the only thing that's sad with these buildings that sit idle, you know?
Yeah.
George, we also have a broken window there. I guess it's a room that you stopped the leak in, like somebody threw a rock through it. It's got a good size.
The
Over there,
special ed office?
no, the room behind it, the one that had all the bad leaks.
Oh, okay. The
Right-
one
right by the
we tried
boardroom.
to make the meeting room, that one?
Yeah, that one, I mean, it hasn't leaked because it hasn't rained, I guess, but it doesn't leak anymore, man. This looks
Yeah.
good.
Well, I'll drive by when I leave tonight. I'll drive over there and see where it's at so I can tell Glenn.
It's got a good sized hole. Man. Mhm. Oh, you know what I forgot, George?
Hmm.
To lower the flags.
Yeah, and lights, and I better go get them down because
There's no lights on them. Yep. And today's the last day for half mast.
This was for the state policeman.
yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. The governor ordered them through today.
They're gonna have it's just gonna be a private funeral.
I heard it was going to be in Lordsburg, no?
Yeah, he's from Lordsburg.
Because the superintendent there, when I called him yesterday, he said that the state police wanted permission to use the football field for the services there for the people in Lordsburg. But would you believe this? They're having to ask permission from the governor.
I believe it.
I mean, how could she deny that, man? It's for the people, so long as they do their safe distance. And
hmm
no, they have
Victor,
turf. Don't they?
Victor,
Victor's
he's
there.
not related, Victor. Victor.
I'm sorry, I'm on a support call, but
He's not
no, he's
related.
not related.
Did you know him?
Yes, sir. But I'm currently on the support
Okay.
call. I'm muting
Okay, no
myself.
problem. Senor, I'm gonna sign off and I'm gonna I'll go get the flags down, and then that way I can take off and go feed also.
Yeah, you know what you can do, George? Is just put them right there in the waiting room.
Well, I'm just gonna put them in I'll open the door and put them in the waiting room right there. That
Yeah,
way you
'cause
can put them up in the morning.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Alrighty? All right, you have a good night. Take care, Mr. Sepulveda. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you mañana. Good night,
guys
Victor,
take
and good
care.
night, Daniel. You guys take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
I thought you were going to go pick up lunch or dinner.
I'm thinking about, I'm not just gonna feed everything else. I'm gonna feed me too. You guys have a good, I think I'm gonna go over to Reenie's real quick since I'm already over here. Alrighty, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Dale.
Bye-bye, man.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Everybody abandon us?
It's just you and I and Victor and Daniel. No, the thing is, we posted till
Yeah.
6:30. We posted to. We got to keep going in case somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's your internet working there, Now, Mr. Sepulveda, one working? Your internet?
Yeah, it's been working pretty good. It's been working pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, they ordered some kind of a booster for it, and so it's been that helps a little bit.
Okay. It's that Jude and Irene were here last week. They were here for 4 days, and that internet was a 24/7, man. It's that Jude doesn't get off that thing, man. He really, it worked real well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been working pretty good. And like right now, my daughter's still at work, so she's still using some Wi-Fi stuff. So
She's still working from home?
yeah, oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She doesn't know when they're going to send them back, if they send them back at all. Mira que todo anda afuera, ¿no?
Mr. Sepulveda, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
My son says it's getting real ugly in El Paso.
Yeah.
He says that he thinks he's asking if it's going to snow here. Que está muy feo la weather ahí en El Paso ahorita. Yes, George.
Huh. Yeah, well, por eso pregunté ahorita, because
If the light's on them, that's fine. Yeah, leave them up porque sí. My thing, if it has light, go ahead. Perfect. That's okay. Thank you, sir. Have a good night. Bye-bye. No. Aquí estamos nomás yo y Toy. Okay, man. Bye-bye. See you also. Yeah, he says que it's real windy.
yeah, por eso pregunté ahorita, because all of a sudden it got cold here y cloudy.
Yep. Because he thinks it's snowing here. That's why they're saying that the temperature is really cold. Allá en El Paso News.
Yes.
Got 2 more minutes.
I have to step here. My dog got out, so if you guys end it before me, can you stop it for me, Daniel?
We still got 2 minutes, guys. We almost ready.
Are the viewers that we had still on, Daniel or Victor?
Yes, sir. Just the four that Daniel
Okay.
mentioned. No comments.
Mr. Sepulveda, I have exactly 6:30. So Victor and Daniel, if you can shut her down,
Okay.
please. And thank you, Mr. Sepulveda, and you all have a good night.
Thank you all. You guys have a great night.
Thank you, Victor and Daniel, and please let me tell those let me tell those people that are still out there that thanks for being so patient with us here, and thank you for their support.
You're welcome, sir. You guys have a
And
great
you
night.
guys, thank you guys too for being here also. Have a good night. You too.
Good night,
Yes,
Victor. Good night. Good night,
Good night,
guys.
Good night, Mr.
Good night, guys.
Good night, Dan.